awesome. So welcome back, everybody, to the podcast. We have Dennis with us today.
Yes.
We have Archie. Archie, Dennis, nice having you.
Good morning.
So Dennis, we've seen you a lot online with many and others.
Yes.
That was fun to watch.
Yes.
We decided to kind of have the same kind of fun in our studio here.
100%.
How about introduce yourself to the people? Let us know what is that you do.
Yeah, for sure. Do I look there or do I look here?
You can look there. You can
Just pretty much whatever.
Yeah, so I'm Dennis Costa, owner of Avas Automation. Been doing automation or home technologies since 2004. Avas originally originated in 2007. Technology is my life. I absolutely love it. I eat, live, and breathe it and dream it every single day.
So I'll tell you what, I personally love automations. I love technologies specifically for custom homes.
Yeah.
I think that's what takes you from zero to hero.
Right.
Every house,
Right.
especially our day when you build a custom home. I love it, when everything is automated. So I really wanted to talk to you because it's fascinating to me. This whole approach to how to automate a house. How simple is it to automate an existing house versus a new house?
Right.
Yeah, tell me a little bit about that. What is that? How do you approach? How do you get to, let's say, an existing house, and how do you retrofit it?
Right.
And what would you suggest to also do in a house?
Interestingly enough, so to me, retrofit where the house is existing versus a custom built, as much as I think the average person or the majority of people would say the open house is the best way to start because you're starting with a clean slate.
Mm-hmm.
I would actually disagree with that. And the reason why I would prefer retrofit is because you're then dealing with a client who already knows their house. They know it.
The area's location.
They know their lifestyle. They know what they want. They know what they don't want. And here's the best part. We get to create our own timeline. Custom homes, as much as I love it, it is the biggest part of our business revenue-wise. My gosh, you're dealing with everyone's mood, timeline, schedule, their take on politics, their take on the world. Is it flat? Is it globe? Are you Trump? Are you not? By the time you get into that house, 2 hours is gone. And that's the custom world, right? So to me, when it's retrofit, it's like my own clean canvas. Whereas custom home, it's everyone's clean canvas and it's everyone's opinion. And it's the customer saying, I don't know. I'm not even sure if I'm going to use this room. And
yeah, you're the professional. Tell me, should I have lights here? Should I have this there?
Right. And I'm like, you shouldn't even have this room, period. Do you really want my opinion? It's your house, So, but on the flip side, it's also not that cut and dry, right? Custom home automation projects are also much cooler in different ways, right? You can put 4 speakers in this room. You can do any size TV with that millwork. You can do, you know what I mean?
Yes.
You can put a touchscreen on that wall and not be limited because you couldn't move that stud in a retrofit, right? So you have a lot more customization in the custom builds, but I was just relating to the fact of dealing with other trades and timelines and schedules.
So what do you actually do when you're coming into a house? Because I know that the possibilities are huge.
They're endless.
People. If you ask people about automatization or customization, they really think about lights that will dance to the music and
right.
small stuff like that. I'm looking at bigger stuff.
Right.
Like blinds going up and down and automatically set up. So tell me a little bit about that. What when you're coming to a home, what are you suggesting besides the regular standard stuff that people know about?
Honestly, that is such a good question. And I will say that is probably one of the things that gives me the most anxiety because I am very much so let's call it a people pleaser or a customer pleaser. But when you are consulting for the initial visit, you also don't want to bombard too much. You don't even know if you're going to get that sale yet. Now, you have a higher chance if you came in as a good referral from your previous client, blah, blah, blah. But that's a very good question because it's like you also don't want to overwhelm that customer. Yeah. You come in and you start saying all this mumbo jumbo, all this tech,
Yeah.
right? All this, you lose them. And I remember my business partner, Paul, he would always tell me, Dennis, dumb it down, talk more basic. I'm like, it's hard, but we're using RS-232 DB9 communication. So,
especially I see the fire in your eyes when you're talking about it.
Right. And clients tell me all the time, like, I don't know what you just said, but I want it all.
I believe you.
Yeah.
I want that.
I want everything you just said, and just send me the bill. But not every customer is like that. And you have to kind of ease your way in. Yeah. So to answer your question, I first look at the customer and I say, what are the first things that come to your mind when you think of technology and or automation? And then I roll off of that, right? Because to put it all at once, it's a lot.
And what usually people ask you for? What usually people do in their houses?
So I would say the most common generally is music around the house and TVs. So that's why we always say we're an audio video automation solution company. Nowadays, it has been security first. So now it's like,
oh yeah, true.
Now it's like, yeah, I want to make sure that we have our alarm and our cameras figured out, and then we'll talk about TVs and music. Whereas before it was always audio, video, and then blah, blah, blah. Mm-hmm. But nowadays it's all security, which I could understand.
Yeah, I saw on your social some stuff was like the Toronto police or...
Yeah, 22 Division, yeah. What a great guy. They're awesome.
What was the...
So 22 Division Police basically held a community neighborhood gathering at one of the golf clubs there, like one of the golf places. I'm not a big golfer, so don't ask me the name. And I thought it was really cool. So it's basically them just putting this together, inviting all the neighbors, and just informing and educating people on what they can do to protect their home and their family. And I was so honored to get the invite from them because we have done, unfortunately, we have done a lot of work in that neighborhood. Mm-hmm. Our name has been referred from customers that are in like all those neighborhood groups, which I'm grateful for. Sad that all this crap is happening. Yeah. But they obviously caught wind of that and said, would you guys like to be a part of it? Because after they did their presentation, they had us and a couple of other vendors just showing the stuff that they were just talking about. And you want window film, you can do security cameras, alarm systems, stuff like that.
Okay. And so I didn't know that. A lot of people use films on their windows.
Yes. Yeah.
And the reason is like against leakage. Does it actually help? And so how does it work?
So the window film, I don't do, but I work with companies that provide it.
So subcontracted.
No, I actually just refer to the client directly. Okay. And they actually do the same for me. So I love that in business. You just refer people and say, take care of the customer. That's all I want. Don't do nothing. But I do like ribeye steak. So you can take me one day, maybe have a vodka or some red wine and steak. I don't know. The film does work really good. I'm sure you guys have seen people hitting it with a bat and, it's hard to break the glass. But like the police officers said in that conference, if you will, it's all about layers. So it's not, hey, what can I do to stop everything? No. How many things can I do to prevent, right? Because some people may not have the budget to do that. Some people might take a different approach, right? The window film does work very, very well when they get to your window. Okay?
Is that the most common kind of approach, I guess?
Not for me. Not for me. I think it's great to slow down the process. It's kind of like fire code in building, right? How long before it burns kind of thing, right? How long is that person going to sit there with that bat, right? I think that's great when they get there. My approach is don't get them there.
Yeah.
Try to stop them.
Fight it before.
Yeah. Get them when they approach the sidewalk.
Yeah.
Right? So cameras with active deterrents, lights and sirens, have that do that first. Now, it doesn't mean they'll listen, but unless you're an absolute moron, if I was that person and I have lights and sirens screaming at me, I'll move on to the next one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'll go somewhere else.
Like I'll tell you a funny funny example to what you just said. I have a friend lives in Etobicoke. By the way, one of the better bricklayers out there.
He must be Portuguese.
Nope.
Okay.
So the guy shows me.
We lose again.
The guy shows me. He's not Portuguese. So the guy shows me footage from his camera, pretty much in the middle of the night. 4 guys break into his window. They don't even care anymore.
Yeah.
He's ahead of a biker group. Okay, so that was their biggest mistake.
Right.
But they don't know who lives in the house. They just literally break the window. They don't even care whether you can hear them or not anymore.
Yeah. Yeah.
Get into the house, and you see on the camera in the living room, 4 guys walk into the bedroom area, and all of a sudden, one by one, they're just running out, and he's behind them with a gun.
With a gun.
Clearly, he's like, Max, to be honest with you, it wasn't even loaded.
Yeah. It doesn't have to be.
Well, it was enough for them to run away and realize that they got into the wrong house.
Yeah, and you just nailed it. So that 22 division, it's all South Etobicoke, right? Or Etobicoke area, mid Etobicoke. It's
Lakeshore?
so this area was like kind of like the West Mall area, right?
Yes,
West Mall, Burnham Thorpe.
Yeah.
There's a golf club right there. We've done a significant amount of work there, like Royal York, Eglinton, South Kingsway, like all that Etobicoke. A lot more than I'd like to admit, in the sense of how much crime, how much crap is happening. And it's actually, I will say, it's so rewarding because to see our clients send us videos when something happens, and they'll be like, hey, look what happened last night. Actually, it happened to our actual accountant. My accountant, we put these cameras at his place, and he's like, hey, look at these douchebags. They tried coming, they literally showed up in a U-Haul, got onto his driveway, 3-4 steps on his driveway, sirens, lights, and they ran like cows.
In a U-Haul?
In a U-Haul. Yeah, not the cube truck, the paneled van.
Oh, okay.
They actually do it in the middle of the day.
This one here was in the middle of the day. This one was just around midnight.
U-Haul in the middle of the night.
Yep, around midnight.
That's already a high level of stupidity.
Yep, that's what I mean, right?
I imagine they showed up in a huge U-Haul, not like that. They're taking the furniture.
Well, they're moving,
They're like
they're
very
just not
motivated,
telling you what they're moving.
In the middle of the night, not to bother the neighbors, Oh my God.
Right? You see what I mean? But
The stupidity in people.
we actually just ask our clients like, hey, do you mind if we share this video? We're going to block out license plates, and sometimes we blur out if the area might look familiar just for privacy reasons.
Yeah.
But that's the footage we use when we share it on our social media. We're showing real footage.
Yeah. I saw some stuff where it's lights up literally like police kind of.
Yeah, red and blue and sirens. You can do the white lights. And to me, do your best to prevent someone from getting to your door or window, because once they're there, human nature, your adrenaline takes over.
Yeah.
Right? Your adrenaline flips on. And
Let me ask you another question. What happens if somebody actually walks by? If a cat, a dog, can it recognize it? Does it have a good AI system as well? You don't want sirens all of a sudden to go in the middle of the night if people are sleeping.
Yeah. So it does use
necessary.
Yeah, it does use an AI embedded technology. So it will detect, and you can filter it. It can detect humans or vehicles or both. Right? Now, it's not 100%, but it's like 90-something% accurate. So the false alarms that we had were more just like rare anomalies. Anomalies?
Anomalies.
Anomalies.
Yeah.
Holy shit. Make sure you cut that. Make sure you cut that. How the hell did I forget anomalies? Like we had one client where... What?
I don't know about cutting that.
Oh, you can't cut that? Okay, whatever. Doesn't matter.
If you really, really want to.
It's okay to make mistakes. We had a client where 2 skunks were actually walking like side by side, and that triggered as a human.
Yeah.
So again, like I can remember these one-off stories, but it's actually really good. It works very, very well. Yeah, you're not going to get, the leaves blowing in the fall and all of a sudden that's triggering. At my last house, my wife had a hanging plant just below one of our cameras.
I have a tree.
Yeah, so the plant, like the branches or whatever you want to call it, never triggered it. But one day we had we lived in front of the water in Innisfil, and the wind was so strong that it was blowing this whole hanging plant. And when it went in front of the camera, it triggered it. Because basically, you got to remember the camera is going to utilize the amount of pixels that it takes up on its vantage point.
Oh, that's
So if something accumulates and takes up a lot of its pixels, it can trigger it to be like, okay, that's a human. That's essentially how it works.
The tree in front of my house is killing me every time it triggers the cameras.
It triggers the camera.
Every single time.
Because your camera is basically using motion detection.
Yeah.
And that's motion.
Yeah.
You can go into it and you can actually change it and you can increase its or decrease its sensitivity, but then you can also change how many
I need to
pixels.
get you in and change the whole thing.
Yeah. Unfortunately, when a camera system just uses typical video,
I think it's just a bad.
Are the cameras 4K or what are they?
4K, yeah, or higher. Yeah.
4K or higher?
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. They're nonstop now. They are looking insanely.
How does the
Beautiful.
storage work? Because that eats up a ton of storage.
Yeah, so it basically works on a, it's funny. It's not a solid state drive yet, but it's still a spinning disk. So it's still a hard drive built into the NVR.
Oh, it uses this.
It's using an NVR. We only do IP cameras. We kind of don't really do analog cameras anymore.
Okay.
So the NVR will have its own built-in storage, anywhere from 1 terabyte up to 16 terabytes, or you can do add-ons. But to give you an idea, generally, as a minimum, 1 terabyte for every 4 cameras, right? So 2 terabytes for 8 cameras, 4 terabytes for 16, and so on and so
and
forth.
it's pretty much records a month.
And it'll overwrite itself. So
24 hours?
Whenever you want.
So basically, if you average it out on like a 4 megapixel camera system, so 4 megapixel per camera, on a 4-channel system, 1 terabyte will give you about 7 days. So almost a full week.
Oh, wow.
About that, yeah. So then if as long as you double up your storage based on the quantity of cameras, you'll always have that average.
I see.
So when we do like an 8-channel system on a 2 terabyte drive, we get an average of about 9 days. And then what will happen is after that 9th day, it'll just overwrite its own. Yeah. And it's really cool because when a client wants to go back, they will literally see the days that are available. So if they wanted January 1st and you're at January 15, it won't even show you that it's there. It'll be like, sorry, we didn't have enough storage for that. So it'll always take your bank of, let's say, 9 days, and it'll just kind of keep moving with you.
It's kind of like the doorbells, kind of
The Ring
systems.
doorbells?
Yeah. They work in a similar kind of fashion, right?
Similar, except the only difference is that with the Ring doorbells, as an example, they use cloud storage.
Well,
I
actually,
see.
And you pay for that, whereas this one is your own storage.
so actually, I specifically was looking for one without. There's one that's called Eufy,
Yep.
but it's even worse when it comes to detecting.
Right.
It detects the wheel of my car.
Oh my gosh.
That's how bad it is.
Watch out, there's a wheel.
Yes. Eufy out there to all of you, fix it. But yeah, it's the only one that actually, because I bought it, like, I'm very big on privacy. I don't want to put all my information on the internet.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, it's funny your own camera,
it's
you know.
funny something,
Yeah.
that I'm in front of the camera, but I really don't want all the information on the internet. And this is the only one that does that.
Right.
So having a hard drive and having your privacy, that's actually amazing.
Yeah. So yeah, you have devices that have its own local storage, like built right into it, and then you own that and operate that. You can have your camera system completely closed looped, where you're not going to give it remote access because now you're using their cloud service.
Yeah.
Right. And that's why people don't really think about the whole process. But yeah, you can have your own local storage, no cloud. You don't even have to have it connected to the internet.
Yeah, but most of people are these, they like comfort. Not like
convenience
I'm
comes-
I'm one of probably a million.
Right.
Most of people, they like comfort. They like great applications,
They like convenience.
convenience. And
Convenience comes with a price. No different than technology, right? We love technology. And then, on the other hand, we start complaining that a Wi-Fi router next to a plant will stunt the growth of a plant. Okay, do you want to live without Wi-Fi? Make a choice. Like, I get it. I'm not saying I agree with it,
Yeah.
but everything comes at a price. Evolution of humans come at a price, and higher production. Like, let's keep going,
let me ask you, actually go back to automatization. You see?
I see.
Hey, you're not cutting
Everybody's
that one.
talking-
No, we're not cutting anything, man. Listen, you're sitting next to an immigrant.
Yeah,
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
We're all immigrants, I know.
But anyways, back to that. Like, my question is, so we're building homes. We're using, assuming using automatization.
You could just say automation. Automation.
Automation. Let's do that. Automation. So using automation, theoretically, can you go into the depth of I'm walking around the house, the room, sensors, I'm leaving a room, light goes off, I'm going into another room, light goes on. You talk to, let's say, an assistant, music comes on, that kind of stuff. Fully automized house.
That's my dream. Like I want to make that happen. I've never been able to make that happen yet. I haven't had the opportunity to make that happen. And I think that, so I can go on for hours about this one, but
so let's do it.
Wow, I don't have that much time. So
we do.
Yeah, you go ahead, more coffee. This time I need Baileys. It's Friday. We need Baileys in here. I love the idea of having a house where I don't know, maybe Avas buys a house that just becomes this crazy automated showroom where it's a
playground for you.
Yes,
company.
it's a full-on house, showroom, office, networking space, everything, right? Man, I'm getting excited. But it's hard to do what you just said about going fully automated because I don't know if people are necessarily ready for that. But the idea is really, really cool. I just think that, so for me, when you ask something like that, the biggest thing, my first answer or question is, what is the trigger? What is the event, right? In the programming world, what is the trigger? What is the event? You know, you've got geofencing, you've got motion sensors, you have occupancy sensors, right? You have a lot of different things. So what is going to allow us to expand on that?
To the point of pretty much you can have weight sensors where every tile you walk on all of a sudden gets light.
So can it
goes so crazy.
You can. And, you know, there's some simple fundamental things that companies can do, and I am not going to say their name right now, that will just literally get us closer to that. And they just haven't done it. They haven't done it. And I've even said to them, guys, I am no scientist. I am no genius, but I love working with the technologies that are given to me. So can you please put me on some kind of group with the heads of these operations so I can at least share this information? Because I'll tell you where I'm going with this. We do very beautiful Control 4, elegant, lighting keypads, single keypads, 6 buttons, no clutter on the walls. Beautiful, right? Well, why can't there be a motion sensor that I can use as my trigger? See, here's the best part about programming is that when you've got a trigger, you have endless events. Endless. It is nonstop. I can take one trigger and literally anything can happen.
Yep.
Well, that doesn't exist yet, at least not in the Control 4 world.
It does, exactly. Not in this world and not in the building world. And I'm asking myself, if you got a LiDAR sensor to measure houses now, to get the information in 3D, why can you not have a LiDAR sensor that detects people?
Yeah, so I just want to emphasize, because Control 4 is such a great company. I've been certified with them since 2012. Great. They just launched motion sensors in, I believe, a dimmer that they're launching with their new Lux lineup, which is beautiful. But the motion sensor is not for that application. It's for, I believe, and I might be wrong, I believe the motion sensor for it is to trigger its own built-in light, or I'm not sure. So no one hold me to it. Either way, I asked the question at the presentation of a new launch of this product. I said, can we use that motion sensor to trigger, the backlights of the keypad? Let's say when you walk by, it lights up.
Wait, how does it work in
said I can.
restaurant bathrooms or whatever?
Those are occupancy sensors.
Yeah.
So usually, and don't get me wrong, you can get, we can, especially in my world, we put motion sensors in rooms all the time.
Yeah.
Control 4, motion sensor, walk-in, trigger. But the reason why I think lighting switch locations or keypads are a better choice of motion is because that's directly you walking in front of it. See, a ceiling motion is more 360. So let's say we were in a bedroom hallway and I had a motion inside of a bedroom. Me walking in that hallway will trigger that.
Oh, I see.
So basically, it gives us less control.
It predicts.
But if the keypad in that room has the motion, well, now you got to be in that room.
Yeah.
Right? So I hope that I'm wrong and that this motion and these new keypads allow us to do that ability, but we'll see.
Yeah, it sounds like a
So I'm hoping, because
It's fresh new product, by the way. They literally just launched it. So
I think that's pretty much what should be the future of houses.
agreed.
You should pretty much, you come into the kitchen should be asking you, what do you want to do?
Yep.
You want to cook? Let's turn the cooktop on.
Yeah, and also following patterns. Because I think, humans, like, we're really hard to just, we're hard to mimic and match. We might feel different from one day to the next. But generally speaking, there's only just a few different variables, right? So your house AI should kick in and be like, hey, Max, yesterday you had a bagel. Do you want soup today? You know what I mean? Like, it knows what you did yesterday. So I agree. It should be on that level, right?
For the past few months, every week on Mondays, you're having soups.
Yeah.
Do you want a soup?
Yeah, my AI is going to be like, Dennis, you eat Mr. Noodles every day. That's not good for your health. Would you maybe want some fruit today? I'm like, you know what, AI? Go to sleep, okay? No one asked you. No one asked you your opinion today.
No, listen. Where do you see the future of automating a house? Where do you see, how crazy can it go? Because I'll tell you the truth, I think those options you can have them today. I think it's possible. It's just it's so expensive that nobody's going to be able to do it or pay for it.
Yeah, and I think AI is going to change that. Personally, I think AI is going to change that because AI is super readily available, and I think it's going to be the smartest thing to understand or decipher the variables. Because in my world, at least, in what we deal with today, we would have to put in so many different variables or statements, if else, if this, then that, like, in order to do what AI can do in half a second.
Yeah.
So I don't even have the full-on detailed answer about the future of what it looks like or what it could look like, but I know that AI is going to be the biggest factor in it. It has to be.
So I'll tell you what I think.
Processors won't change. All that will be needed, but AI will be the generator of it.
I think the way it should be is you're coming home, lights are turning on, you're getting into the house, music going to turn on.
That's
You're
now.
walking towards the kitchen.
Yeah.
But that's where the difference comes in. You're walking towards the kitchen. AI will see if you're coming close to the stove or opening the fridge.
Right.
It will turn the stove on or the cooktop, whatever you have. You're coming to wash your hands. Well, that's now you got sensors, or the water will just start pouring automatically. It will ask you, do you want your sauna on? Do you want,
See,
you go into
Max,
the sauna, it's heating up the sauna while you're preparing your own food.
in order for that to happen, and this is just what entered my mind, is we're going to have chips installed in our hands. Well, if you take what you just said, it's great logic. It's a great theory. But what is going to transmit your location if your phone is not always with you? Something else has to be with you.
But if your AI sees you on a sensor,
Yeah.
you're in the kitchen,
Right.
it can know and ask you a question. You have your speakers that, let's say, you're building and everything.
Right.
There's a system that you can communicate with AI.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Yeah. If you look at it that way,
You came home. Would you like the sauna on? Would you like the heated floor in the bathroom to start going?
Right.
Would you,
Right.
That kind of stuff.
right. You look tired. Let me run a bath for
Yeah.
you.
Would you like a massage?
Listen, it's a
don't
fun
think it's-
conversation, and it's really cool and scary at the same time. Like, where's it going to go? It can go anywhere. It can be so many different ways. But in that logic, you would have to have cameras kind of all over the place, and I think that's kind of like not the way you'd want it to be.
Yeah.
But let's
Cameras, let's
let's just say, for an example,
Yeah, that's
let's
not
just
something I would personally like.
yeah, let's just say, for example, we lived in a world where you were either chipped or you had a bracelet. Just roll with me. on
Apple
this.
Watch.
Let's say
Yeah.
we're 20 years ahead in the future.
Let's say you decided, let's say you had an option of a bracelet or chip in the skin, whatever your choice was, and you have this bracelet. Well, now you're talking game changer, because now they will all, like, the system can know exactly where you are.
Wouldn't the watch work exactly like?
Anything. But what I'm trying to say is, if you want a system to be accurate, you can't give it a variable of where you might be. Like if something was based on your phone, well, the variable is that you can lose your phone.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like geofencing. Geofencing is great as long as you're holding your phone. But if he's holding your phone and he goes to your garage, it still opens. So if programming is going to be 100%,
Wi-Fi, you connect to the network.
it's got to be a solid, like no variable, right? A plus A, right? 1 plus 1, like that's programming. It has to equate, right? So if it's a bracelet or a chip, that's guaranteed.
That's what Elon Musk is doing.
Elon Musk is doing a lot of things, and the Neuralink, and that's what I'm saying, guys. Like I'm not saying.
Are you okay with this?
No, I'm not. No, I'm not.
We spoke about it at some point.
I don't want no chips in my brain. I'm fine. I don't want to have to think something and then it happens.
Question: What are you doing now? It fixes people. Like theoretically, if they would tell you that, I hope it never happens. Assuming I went through some accident,
Right.
and now this chip gonna help me to use my body again,
Of course, I'm going to support that.
right?
Right.
All of a sudden, the story is different.
See, but that's the typical government way, man.
I know. No.
You sure you don't want this? You sure you don't want this candy? It will heal you.
I'm really into privacy.
Yeah.
To me, number one priority is privacy. Privacy,
Right.
privacy, and privacy again.
Unless it heals you, then you're okay to give up your privacy, right?
Yeah. What are you gonna do? You gotta pay.
You know?
You pay with something. Our days, you pay with data.
Yeah, that's right.
You gotta pay
Who knew our data was worth so much money?
more than all of us together combined.
Isn't it crazy? That's wild.
It's like that's how they all make money now. Instagram and Facebook and all those.
Yeah, they're all data hungry, man.
Well, it's related to what you said. It's because you said once you have a trigger, then you have all these outcomes. That's why they want the data.
Yeah.
Because the data gives them opportunities to create all of these triggers for all sorts.
No, it gives them opportunities to make a lot of money.
And to resell
of course.
it. Yeah.
Of course, they make a product and sell it.
But also that.
Yeah.
Because then this product gonna make even more money.
Of course.
Do you guys have a Mac laptop or a
do.
Windows?
I have both.
Or both?
I got a Windows.
Okay, so I'm like you. I have both. Have you ever noticed, or have you ever tried to download Google Chrome on a Microsoft laptop?
On a Microsoft laptop?
Yeah. A Windows.
On a desktop. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have it, yeah.
Did you ever notice how many times it asked you if you really wanted Google Chrome and not Microsoft Edge?
Oh, as your main default browser. Yeah, I know. Oh.
Worse than that, I downloaded it and I felt like I should not download Google Chrome because if I don't have Microsoft Edge, I'm a loser. I might die and the world is dark and don't you dare. And in addition to that, I don't know if you've ever noticed this, and I'm talking recently, now. You go to open up Google Chrome. In the background, Microsoft Edge opens up with all the same tabs that you have open on Google Chrome. Figure that out for me.
Interesting. Isn't it?
So
and the reason why I'm bringing this up is because we're talking about people that are data hungry. Mm-hmm. So
I didn't have that, but what I do have, and I hate it, that even after you downloaded Chrome, because clearly you want to use Chrome, not Edge.
Yeah.
It would still, when you do something that has to do with the system, it would still take you to Edge.
Yeah, like opening up a PDF.
Yeah, like why?
It uses Edge.
You can change it.
Clearly,
we know you can change
I
it.
know you can, but theoretically, you're downloaded Chrome, so you want to use everything with Chrome.
And then you do an update, and that settings that you did that said always use Adobe, that's gone. Straight to Edge.
Yeah.
I know. There is a conspiracy.
Thank you, Bill.
Who the hell uses Edge? Who uses Edge? Like
That's what I'm saying. Like, I think Johan told me one day that he used Edge, so I fired him that week. And then I said, when you get rid of Edge, like the only edge in your life is living on the edge. You shouldn't have the edge on your browser.
Nowadays it's surprising though, like it's very well integrated with Windows, so you can do like multiple things just from Windows.
Yeah.
But you don't want that, right? It's just what Windows is trying to do. Windows is trying to be Apple, but sadly.
Yeah,
Like
they're-
Apple has an ecosystem that you want to use and you're happy to use. And Windows is like, let me try and push you into art.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
it's bad.
Yeah.
It's like,
Listen, I'm a programmer, right? So for me, I love you, Bill. Please don't cancel me. I must use Windows. I must use I must, right?
Yeah.
But I will say, for my business back end of things, the Apple is amazing.
Yeah.
But what I always say to people is, not lately, I agree. They're actually, I think
So
iCloud
sad.
is in trouble.
So sad. Yeah.
But I always say to people, the good thing I do like about Apple is when they invent something and it's theirs, they do it very well.
Polished, yeah, it's polished.
Right,
I'll tell
like
you what,
it's polished. Thank you. Like
If
they
you
have
don't
red
mind, I'm
tape.
going to correct you. They never invent stuff. They take existing stuff and make it
innovate.
amazing.
Right.
So besides a smartphone on its own, everything that Apple always comes with stuff later, but they just do it
Better.
freaking amazingly.
Yeah.
But that's how it used to be.
Yeah.
Now lately, I don't see it anymore. You know,
know.
it's like all the same. And
We miss you,
to
Steve.
the point, to the point where I am a user of iPhones from the iPhone 3G, I think 3G
Wow.
was it?
Wow. Yeah.
I'm a user, and literally, couple of months ago, I was sitting on a family dinner, and I was like, I think my next phone is going to be an Android, because it just like it's not the same. So if
We need
the
to end this
ecosystem is not
podcast
the-
right now.
We're gonna trigger
I don't like
so
Max
many. We're
anymore.
gonna trigger so many people.
Yeah. You were cool until that A word came out of your.
I don't know, man. I don't know. So the ecosystem is not as
But I feel you.
anymore.
I feel where you're coming
iOS is not. iOS has a lot of bugs.
Yeah.
a lot of bugs which haven't been there before. Listen, I hope they're gonna fix it.
But here's the thing.
Because I love my iPhones.
I agree.
I love the ecosystem.
I agree.
I got my iPods, iPhones, everything.
Yeah,
And
I agree with. I know exactly what you're saying. They're losing their. They're losing their mojo. They're losing
which
it.
is design, right?
Yeah.
Which is the interface, the interaction with the phone.
Yeah.
With the system.
Like they're just creating new numbers to the phone,
yeah.
but nothing's changing.
yeah.
Try to do a search on your mail, your emails with Apple. It's terrible.
Oh, the mail app.
The mail app is so bad.
Terrible. Yeah.
It is so bad. I remember searching even for an Apple Note, and I'm literally putting in the title of the note, and it
doesn't
says
find it.
no results found.
I know.
I said, I'm not looking for a unicorn. I'm looking for a note that I can literally click on, but I'm asking you to show me all the familiar ones with that name. So I think iCloud is overrun. I think that there's trouble there. Mind you, keep in mind, Apple is like the number one user-based phone.
Yeah.
So just so you know, when Control4 did their recent, conference that we had of their new X4 software that they're launching, they basically have teamed up really well with Apple. And when we were all there, all of us Control4 dealers sitting there, they looked at all of us and they said, the reason we decided to go this way is because we did a study. And I think, don't hold me to this exact number, but their study was somewhere between 80 and 90% of their users on Apple iPhones. So this is why they went that route.
Yeah.
So all I'm saying is that if Apple's having an issue with their iCloud, it makes sense. There's a lot of frickin' people on there. There's a lot of users.
What do you think about the new Siri that is coming out? That's going to be powered by Google Gemini, I think.
Oh yeah, they're switching. Yeah. Did you
So
see
the
that?
new Siri is going to be powered by Google Gemini.
Yeah. They decided to abandon their own kind of AI development. They said Gemini is better.
They lost.
Yeah, I mean, just give in. Just go with what works best.
Yeah, it works.
Yeah.
Which is good. They give the users the better experience, and
Yeah.
Okay, can I say two things? So
Well, Siri pisses me off anyways.
yeah,
never
I
agrees.
don't know anybody.
She never
who
agrees
uses
with
it.
me.
Never
Yeah.
use Siri.
She's like my wife in a phone.
If you like privacy, then Apple really is the.
It is.
You know,
I know, but also I like user experience, and I like the fact that all the small things like AirDrops and all that.
That works good, man.
And I love it when it works fluently because I work when I'm with a client. I'm on my iPad, taking measurements.
Yeah.
I need my phone, and you got to make sure that there's an integration.
Yeah.
But for example, when you go to your phone app and you call somebody, it doesn't update automatically anymore. You're going to go into it again. You press on the last number you called. It will quickly update, and it goes into... So for example, if I talk to you, right, it doesn't update that there was a conversation. And then I press on the phone app to go to the last call, and it was the one before you. So now it calls the person, instead of calling you back, now it calls the person that
you were
I called previously. So it's like I don't have this 2 seconds to wait until it updates.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's all those little stupid bugs that just all of a sudden you call a person that you didn't talk to for like quite a while, all of a sudden.
And now you're like, I really don't want to be talking to you right now.
Oh, hi.
I don't have the time.
Or like, sorry for calling you to... It's like...
I called my ex-girlfriend like this one.
No, you didn't.
Yeah. I did.
Yeah?
You know what I did? I hung up.
You see?
That's the best response. You know what I did? I hung up.
Well, the difference between you and my ex-girlfriend changed all the numbers by now. I don't have that problem.
Yeah,
I knew you wanted me back.
the thing is, when you buy Apple products, the real magic is when you buy another Apple product, and then it's like if you buy AirPods and you open it next to your phone, and it's like, bam, just appears.
That is amazing.
Even that doesn't work properly.
What do you mean?
It works properly for me.
It works so good.
I don't know. Sometimes it doesn't connect. Sometimes, like lately, I don't know what's going on.
Maybe your Apple phone has a virus.
It's me.
I don't
Okay,
know.
it's not you. It's
Yeah, it's not you, it's me.
I think you're going to try Android, and then you're going to be like, I'm going back.
Yeah, you know what? If you want to get used to force quit, clear your cache, clear your cookies, like that's Android to me. I'm sorry, man. It's a lot of like just BS kind of stuff. So because we do a lot of app control of our clients' homes, sometimes you'll have the husband, let's say, with an Apple and a wife with an Android, and I look at them like, how are you still married? No, but then what? How dare you? Isn't that in your marriage?
I'm on Apple and my wife is on Android.
Isn't that on your marriage contract? Like, don't renew. Anyways, what will happen is, and to be honest, I'm not even going to say Apple always wins, but a lot of times there's a scenario where there's a glitch with the Android or the Apple and not the other.
Oh.
Yeah, and not the other. But I will say it's majority Android that has the faults.
Well, it's true.
Yeah.
It's true.
We have one client that has...
But at least you're expecting
Yeah.
from Android to be Android.
Yeah.
Not from Apple.
If I pull up to a new client and I see that one of them, let's say the wife has an Apple phone and the husband has an Android.
Talk to the wife.
I look at him, I say, from this moment on, you refer to your wife. I will only be communicating with her. Okay? And just so you know, there's an Apple store at Shareway Gardens. And you easily go and get a 2-for-1 deal. Just saying.
We're going to get canceled.
Yeah. Let's go.
That's fine. That's okay.
Yeah. Cancel is the new way to be for sure.
Do you integrate like Alexas and all of these?
Yeah. Alexa is a very good voice assistant, right? Google Home is another. The great part about Control4, and this is why I love being a Control4 dealer, is that they work with everyone, right? So a lot of control systems will only work with specific technologies or specific brands, let's call it. Control4, I think that's why they did so well, is because they've always kept it open source. So any company, they're creating a new thermostat, they're going to tell their engineering team, hey, make sure we work with Control4. Because Control4 wants to work with everybody. So yeah, we can integrate with, if you had a lot of Alexa stuff at home, well, now Alexa will end up talking to the devices that they see. So Control4 will be on the same network, and it pulls in all the devices that you have on your Alexa.
It is possible to do everything.
Oh my gosh, very much so. We do it all the time. The only game changer now moving forward is that now there's a lot of built-in Apple integration. A lot. So a lot of Siri integration, like let's call it native to Control 4. It's going to be right there. So
Is that going to work now with all this Google situation?
well, I think if you're a Siri advocate, like if you like to use Apple products and you've got Siri already going, you're not really a Google Home user. You're kind of one or the other.
Yeah, probably. Now that they're connecting it to Google Gemini, is that still
I don't think. I think the Google Gemini.
It's not going to change anything.
Yeah, I think so. You're the first person that told me that.
I just found out.
It just happened.
It just happened.
Yeah, just.
So I'm going to say that
the announcement was a couple of days.
the Gemini is just going to be the generator behind it.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. It's still Siri. She might get a haircut.
Yeah.
She might do her makeup or something like that, but it's still just a new generator. Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Exactly. Yeah, I think it's just the driving force behind it's going to change.
Yeah, exactly.
You know.
Awesome.
But it's fun stuff. It's really cool.
So tell me a little bit, what do you do for commercial when it comes to that? We talked about residential a little bit. What about
commercial
how far can you go with it? How far can you use this?
In the world of let's call it the umbrella of automation, building automation is a completely different animal. I don't touch that at all. I'm not certified in that. Control 4 doesn't even play in that playground. It's completely different. So I don't really touch in that. As far as the work that I do in commercial, it's more like conference rooms, boardrooms, security systems, stuff like that. Building networks, stuff like that. But I don't actually do any automation for buildings or commercial. Yeah.
It's probably less
different.
of it to begin with.
What's that?
Less of it probably to begin with, right?
It's just, it's different. It's completely different technologies.
Well, the security concern is completely different also.
Yeah.
Right? It's kind of similar, but different.
Yeah, like a lot of like door access, card access stuff.
Yeah.
Which we can do in commercial as well. But building automation is a lot of different elements to it for sure. We don't do that. We're all residential when it comes to the automation world. All residential.
And how does the security change differs from residential house to, let's say, commercial building?
So when I say security in commercial, we do a lot of cameras, as well as alarms for, let's say, offices and stuff like that. But if it's building, again, that's on a whole different level, completely different level.
Huge,
yeah. That ties into the fire side of things.
Yeah.
It's a completely different certification, qualification. I would say it's above my head. It's just above my skill level. I never had to do it, right?
Probably more fun working on residential.
I think so. Like I love residential only because it's very personable. Like building is much more just strictly black and white business, just, safety, all that stuff together, but you're dealing with a whole building. Yeah. It's understood. I love residential because obviously the world is your oyster or the client's oyster, and you can be as creative as you want. You can do anything that you want, and it's very personable, right? So you get to make these relationships. But buildings, that's a completely different animal.
I guess in theory, if you were doing a project for some tech company that has an entire building, that's more kind of like that because, they probably do that, right? If you go to Apple headquarters, I'm sure they have a lot of automation happening.
I would love to see that. I'm sure they do, yeah.
There's a lot to learn.
Yeah. But like it's also like, what does automation look like in the commercial world in a building versus a house? A house is much more personable, and a building is much more about the securing of that building, right? Or walking through a door that automatically opens and stuff like that, right?
And also, it's okay to have all these camera systems and everything in a commercial building. Nobody has an issue with that. You're going to work is just you're part of the organization, whatever you work with. You wouldn't want that in your own house. So
You know what? I'm just thinking. A friend of mine is in IT for a huge company, multi-billion-dollar company, and they handle it essentially. Like basically, they assign everything to IT. Anything technology related in companies, they're like, just send it to IT. That's it. You know? And any sort of automation or whatever just goes through them, basically.
Right. Yeah, poor guys. They get a lot dumped on them.
It's crazy.
They're like, I'm just here to give you an IP address.
But I'll tell you how it works. So my wife is part of AstraZeneca IT teams, and absolutely like that. Yeah, just dump it to IT.
Yeah.
But the problem is when IT starts talking to all these vendors, and and they're clueless.
It's not the same.
And everything takes years.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
she comes home, she wants to bang her head against the wall.
Yeah.
It's like talking to the wall.
Yeah.
You know? And then one team wants to push it, the other team not so much because they don't have an interest in it. Things takes like years.
Yeah, I've been in that situation many times where we did boardrooms, conference rooms,
There you go,
TV
with the big
displays.
corporation.
Yeah,
A couple of cameras they would take half a year just.
and they would put someone from the IT department in charge of that to communicate, let's say, with me and my team. And then when we're in closed doors, they look at me. They're like, I'm going to rely on you. I don't know why the hell they put me here. Right. And I say, no problem.
Yeah.
Sometimes we've gone back.
And then they get the credit and a raise and everything.
Sure.
And eventually it's all you.
Yeah. And I say to them, they were great. They are amazing. Thank God for them. If it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be able to do it,
I know what you mean.
But it's not fair. IT is essentially even different than networking. It's like network builds. Although they are very much so becoming, intertwined.
But the problem is in all those big corporations, everything that has to do with a computer.
Anything technology.
Anything technology.
Yeah, everything is IT.
Everything is IT.
Yeah.
They don't know, all this automation or whatever. IT, call me, get me IT.
Yeah.
But inside the department, they do break it down to like security, networking, hardware, stuff like that. And security is huge now because with AI, this is a huge concern.
Yeah.
Breaking security left and right.
Yeah.
So anyways, where can people find you?
I'm right here. You can find us on social media. Instagram is the biggest platform for us. And you can find us at Avas_Automation. They can find us from our website, avasandconcepts.com. And you can find me by calling a phone. Do you guys remember how to use the phone?
I'll tell you what, we're going to definitely put your information on our...
I'll put it in the description.
Your number, everything.
Yeah. We could do our email on there and stuff like that.
Yeah, people don't use phones lately.
That's why I was going to say, like, if you remember how to use your phone.
Text.
416-857.
167. Oh, pizza. Hey.
You know that camera that's in your hand? It's also a phone.
It can dial out.
Did you know?
People on it.
Exactly.
Anyways, Dennis, great having you.
This is awesome.
Guest, and hopefully we'll talk again.
Yeah, thank you for having me. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Archie, thank you for being here with us as well. And I think that's going to be the end. Thank you for being with us, and we'll go back to work.